So you have gone and become a werewolf in Elder Scrolls Online, and you're thinking to yourself, now what next? What do I do? How do I do this? Well, stick with me because I'm going to give you that information. Hello, my wolf pack. Thank you all for watching, and let's go ahead and get right to it. This video is going to basically involve me telling you how to rank up or level the werewolf skill line, what to do, what not to do, where not to do it, and I'm showing you here, let's get right into this part of it. I'm showing you with my established werewolf. Yes, she's a Khajiit. Basically in the skill line it's 10, and this is why I wanted to show you, but I'm also going to show you with a new character. Now, the werewolf ultimate is when you get to use the moves. Basically, I showed you prior to that, I switched on the weapon swap back and forth where you saw there was no werewolf moves. Now you can see here, they're all a criminal act. Why is that? Because if you're in a city and you transform and you use them, it's a criminal act. So don't use it in front of guards, don't go to the cities, don't go in front of NPCs unless they're NPCs that you're targeting. Okay? It's that simple. So don't. That's one of the don'ts. Basically the only don't that I'm aware of. Now you get Devour. You'll actually, I think that's at like rank 7 or 6. You'll be able to turn another player with lycanthropy. Oh my gosh, tongue-tied today. What's the difference of any other day, right? All right, Blood Rage, Savage Strength, Blood Moon, Call of the Pack. I mean, and there's morphs with your moves that, like, let's say with your ultimate, you can either become a pack leader and you'll have like a few wolves that you call out that fight by your side, or you have another thing that causes like bleed damage and things like that. As I've stated before, I take everything that causes bleed damage because that's how I have my character, set up for. Now, this is the new character, and look here with guilds. If you're new to Elder Scrolls Online and you're trying to figure out, well, join a guild and find someone inside, you'll see the names. If they're in the Rift or Rift In, then travel to that player and you'll be able to get to the werewolf shrine. As long as you are in Emenhart Pact or not, it doesn't matter, you'll still be able to get there. If you want, look up my video where I show you the different places that you can become player bitten, and that should help you out there. So you can watch that and then come back to this one, or vice versa, whatever. Now here we are inside and we are starting the quest where you saw where I read the scroll and I went into, the tunnel type thing, or whatever you want to call it. Yes, I can't think words today either. All right, so you're going to talk to Hircine, and he's going to tell you you're going to find a worthy tribute, and then the pack is going to feed with you. And the main thing in this is you're going to look for a creature, monster, whatever you'd like to call it, or animal that there is only one of in the entire map. This is a single map. It's not a zone, what I would call a map. And just look for anything that is out of place that there is only one of. So, if you want to, just kind of sneak around and look and see. Typically you'll see like plenty of jaguars or cheetahs. You'll see things like crocodiles. It's going to be something that is uncommon and is by itself. It could be a mammoth, it could be a large snake, it could be like, typically it's a large animal, period. It's not going to be a regular sized animal. So even if it would be, let's say, a cheetah or something, I've never seen that, but it would be larger than its counterpart, if that makes sense. So for me, it was a snake, and I ran around the whole zone and made sure there was only one snake that was here, and sure enough, that's what it was this particular snake. So, and it's going to be a longer fight also than the harpies or the jaguars, cheetahs, whatever. It'll be a longer fight because they make it harder for you because this is your target. This is what you're targeting. And so then you go ahead and you finish taking care of it. You'll howl. You'll feed with your brethren, your fellow werewolves or whatever you'd like to call them. And you go back to Hircine and you officially get the skill line, which is actually really cool because you're not going to want to leave once you get the skill line, and this is why I'm in here showing you this also. Because the point of this is once you get the skill line, well, first of all, you're not going to have any moves like you have right here, and you can't do it until you get a skill line. But you stay in here, and you can actually rank up. Once upon a time, and I'm sure you still within a reasonable time frame. It was like within a half hour. It felt like you can rank up or level up the werewolf skill line up to 10. You know, it's just insane the difference between how you can level up the werewolf in this game versus the vampire. You know, my girl is level 3 in this. I think she leveled to 4 or 5 while I was running through. You can see here I don't have the moves. I do have the werewolf transformation I can put on my bar. Bam, nothing that I can use. But I ran around. I think I spent about 12 minutes while I was editing this video. There was about 12 minutes of footage that I was editing in this particular map. So that tells me I spent about 12 minutes. And I gained 3 levels, ranks, whatever you'd like to call them, of the werewolf skill line. And yes, it is a skill line. It isn't like a, you know, separate entity or anything. It's all part of like the skill lines that make your character you, right? So I'm showing you also, I wanted to show you the per knockouts or whatever, and that this is a usual, see, werewolf increased to 2. I mean, like, she was gaining insanely. It makes me sad for the vampire. I love playing both of them. Don't get me wrong. Actually, and I think I prefer vampire just a little bit more over the werewolf. Not much, though, because they're both a blast. They're a game changer in this game. It makes it so different, so much more fun. Even though it doesn't need to be more fun, it does make it more fun. They had it in Elder Scrolls Skyrim, and they have it in Elder Scrolls Online. Werewolf and vampire. And it's actually very cool. See that? Pounce increased to rank 2. So I'm running around, and I think there was like maybe 10 different fights, you know, and they could have had to do with like two monsters, 3 monsters, you know, typically it was 2 or 3. So when I say 10 fights, it had 2 or 3 particular monsters, whatever, and we're getting past certain things. Now, I was able to put a skill point into Pounce, and I did take that move, but I wasn't going to use that other skill point that I had there because I only have one other, and I needed to put it into my regular skill lines, you know, like maybe 2-handed weapon or sword and board or whatever, because this is a tank character, and I wanted to go ahead, and I've never played one in Elder Scrolls Online. I even have a Templar, but she's a healer because I love Templar healing. Now I'm going to have a tank, and we'll see how I do. But we're almost to the end of being in this area, and I wanted to, you know, maybe there's a little bit more footage in here than there should be, but I wanted to make sure I covered everything about ranking up in this. Now, you could also go into Balfoian if you're an Ebonheart Pact, or, you know, your beginner area, the small little island area. Each one of them has a small little island, so go into there and level up your werewolf if you want. Run with friends and have fun doing it. If there's anything I missed that you wanted to know, please feel free to leave a comment and I will answer you. Thank you all for watching. I will talk to you next time. Remember to smash that like button, ring the bell to be alerted, and hit subscribe. Yes, hit subscribe now.